about the 10 causes that decrease your rizq, your wealth, and your quality of life. And the ulama, the scholars, have summed them up into 10. 10 of them. Number 1, a person's rizq and sustenance is decreased and their quality of life is decreased if they are lazy dependent. Like that boy who said, sustenance will come to me. Lazy dependent person will decrease your rizq and your quality of life. Number 2, israf and tabdhir, which means extravagant spending, wasting and mismanagement of resources. So if you have a lot of wealth and you are able to afford, more things, then go for it. But if you have less wealth and you want to buy the same thing as the wealthy person, then you are doing israf. You are extravagantly spending. So extravagantly spending is relative, within your affordability. Within your affordability. Wasting your money is when you spend it on haram things. When you spend it on haram things, that's called tabdhir. Prophet ﷺ said, مُبَذِّرُونَ إِنَّ الْمُبَذِّرِينَ كَانُوا إِخْوَانَ الشَّيَاطِينَ. Those who waste their money on haram things are the brothers and sisters of the shaitan. And those who are musrifeen, meaning that you overspend beyond your means, Allah says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْرِفِينَ. Allah does not like those who are extravagant spenders beyond their means. And the final ones of them are, that decrease your sustenance, is repeated sins and its accumulation. It has an effect on your sustenance, quality of life. Number 4, ingratitude and ungratefulness, including thanking others instead of thanking Allah. Number 5, stinginess. You're stingy on yourself, you're stingy on your family, you're stingy on others. What does stinginess mean? It means that you do not give yourself the minimum right, and you don't give your family their minimum rights, and you don't give the rights of others with your wealth. That means you are stingy. If you give more than their rights, then you are considered starting on the journey of being generous. So I know that some people, they might think that others are stingy because they didn't take them on a holiday, for example, or to a restaurant. It doesn't mean you're stingy. It means you're just trying to manage your wealth. But being stingy, meaning that when you are stingy on food, on clothing, on shelter, on livelihood, the minimum requirements of a person to live. Number 6 is relying on superstitious and delusional beliefs. These decrease your wealth. People like that go mentally crazy. They rely on superstitions, delusional beliefs, omens and signs to increase their wealth and their quality of life. Number 7, abandoning zakah. Zakah purifies your wealth, and that's when you work something and some haram wealth comes into your wealth, let's say a small percentage of it and you couldn't avoid it, zakah purifies your wealth. Otherwise, your wealth is not blessed and there is no barakah. Number 8, abandoning your obligations, the fara'id, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to do, that decreases sustenance and quality of life. Number 9, carelessly earning forbidden income. You don't care where it comes from. There are people who can't avoid it. Allah's not talking about them. He's talking about those who don't care. I don't care if I get it from haram. And number 10, destroying family relationships. Destroying them, of course, this is, we already talked about it, outside of your control. When you want to destroy it for your own whims and desires, that creates a bad quality of life, even if you think it's going to be better. Last things I want to share with you, my brothers and sisters, is a few du'as, a few dhikrs that you can do, inshaAllah, that the our Sharia has taught us, the Prophet ﷺ taught us. It's also in the Quran. And I'll just say a few of them and conclude with a beautiful poem, if you don't mind. So one of the du'as that the Prophet ﷺ taught us to increase sustenance and quality of life is the following. I just chose the shortest ones. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'an وَرِزْقًا طَيِّبًا وَعَمَلًا مُتَقَبَّلًا. O Allah, I ask you for knowledge that is of benefit, a good provision, and deeds that will be accepted. And you should recite this dua upon waking up in the morning. Once again, Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'an wa rizqan tayyiban wa amalan mutaqabbala. The second one is a dua of Yunus alayhi salam to take you out of any difficulty. Subhanaka Allahumma inni kuntu min al-zalimin, or Subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. O Allah, you are so perfect, I am not, I have oppressed and wronged myself. Saying this dua will take you out of every hardship. The Prophet ﷺ said so. Another dua that you can say and dhikr is this. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-faqri wal-qillati wal-dhilla. O Allah, I seek refuge in you from poverty and from and from lack of resources, وَالذِّلَّةِ and humiliation, needing to ask people. وَأَعُوذُ بِكَ أَنْ أَظْلِمَ وَأَنْ أُظْلَمَ and I seek refuge in you, my Lord, from being an oppressor to others and from others oppressing me. This is Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us, the hadith in Rawahu Imam Ahmad. So these are some ways, brothers and sisters, some dhikr. Download a book called Fortress of the Muslim and take some dhikr du'as from there that inshaAllah when you say them, bi'idhnillah, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it has an effect on the provision, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala works with you when you make this dhikr. Finally, I finish with this beautiful poem of reflection. Someone wrote it, I don't know, it's an anonymous person, but I really loved it. It says, I asked for riches that I might be happy. I was given poverty that I might be wise. I asked for power that I might have the praise of men. I was given weakness that I might feel the need of God and empathy. I asked for all things that I might enjoy life. I was given life that I might enjoy all things. I got nothing I asked for, but everything I had hoped for. Almost despite myself, my unspoken prayers were answered. I am among men most richly blessed. In the Quran, every time I saw Rizq, there are always four things about it that Allah connects. Number one, Rizq is always accompanied with gratitude. You have to be grateful to Allah for the Rizq. Number two, that it is accompanied with knowing that you get what you need, not what you want always. Allah gives you what you need for what He wants you to be in this life. Number three, it talks about never letting pursuit of wealth take over your obligations and worship. You stop it, you pray. You don't let it overcome your purpose of life and your worship. And number four, Rizq is always attached to charity. Give. And when I say charity, I don't mean just to the poor and through charity organization. Everything you spend to benefit others is called a charity in Islam. Your wife, your husband, your mother, your father, your children, your siblings, your uncles, your aunts, whatever is within your means and abilities, even what you spend on yourself for your sustenance and livelihood is also called sadaqah and infaq, charity. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our brothers and sisters in Palestine and everywhere around the world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to that which is best and forgive our shortcomings. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.